Your cat will probably never tell you they love you. They won't write it down, they won't say it out loud, and they certainly won't make it easy for you to figure out, which is why so many cat owners end up asking the same question. Does my cat actually love me, or am I just the person who fills the food bowl? At first glance, it's not a ridiculous question. Cats can be confusing. One moment they're rubbing against your legs, the next moment they're walking away, as if they have somewhere far more important to be. Sometimes they curl up beside you for hours, and sometimes they act like they barely noticed you entered the room. Compared to dogs, their affection can seem mysterious, even unpredictable. But what if we've been looking at cats the wrong way all along? What if the problem isn't that cats don't show love, but that we're expecting them to show it in a language that isn't theirs? Because when you stop comparing cats to humans or to dogs, something interesting begins to happen. You start noticing things, small things, quiet things, behaviors that seem ordinary on the surface but reveal something much deeper underneath. And the deeper scientists look into feline behavior, the more they discover that cats may be far more emotionally connected to their humans than people once believed. Not because they need constant attention, not because they can't be independent, but because attachment and affection are not opposites. A cat can love you and still enjoy being alone. A cat can trust you completely and still spend half the afternoon sleeping in another room. That's simply how cats are, and perhaps that's where understanding feline love begins. Not by asking whether cats love like humans, but by asking what love looks like from a cat's perspective. For a long time, people assumed cats formed weaker bonds than dogs. After all, dogs are obvious. Dogs jump, dogs bark. Dogs celebrate your return as if you've been gone for 10 years. Cats rarely do any of those things. So many people assumed the emotional bond must be smaller, but research has started telling a different story. When scientists studied how cats reacted to the presence and absence of trusted humans, they discovered something surprising. Many cats showed signs of secure attachment. In simple terms, their trusted human acted as a source of safety. A familiar presence, someone who helped the environment feel predictable and secure. And that matters, because animals don't form those kinds of bonds with everyone. They form them with individuals they trust, individuals they value, individuals who have become part of their world. Now, does that automatically mean love? Not necessarily, but it tells us something. It's important. Your cat is not simply tolerating you. Your presence has meaning, and once you understand that, many of your cat's behaviors begin to look very different. Take slow blinking. For example, most people don't think much about it. Your cat looks at you, then slowly closes their eyes and opens them again. It seems insignificant. But for a cat, closing their eyes around someone requires trust. In that brief moment, they're choosing not to stay fully alert. They're relaxing, and many feline behavior experts consider slow blinking one of the clearest signs of comfort and trust. Some even call it a cat's version of a kiss. Then there's the matter of proximity. Many cats don't need to sit directly on your lap to show affection. Sometimes love looks much quieter than that. It looks like choosing the same room, the same couch, the same bed. Not because they need anything, but because they want to be near you. Think about that for a moment. Your house contains countless places where your cat could spend their time, yet over and over again, they choose to be where you are, maybe not touching you, maybe not demanding attention, just nearby, close enough, comfortable enough. For a species that values personal space, that choice means something. And then there are the greetings. Some cats wait by the door, some meow when you come home, some rub against your legs, others simply appear from nowhere the moment you arrive. At first, these behaviors seem ordinary, but they're worth paying attention to, because greeting someone is a form of recognition. It's a way of acknowledging that a specific individual matters, that their arrival changes something. And cats don't waste energy on things they consider meaningless. Another powerful sign appears in the way cats share their scent. When your cat rubs their face against you, they're doing much more than asking for attention. Cats have scent glands around their cheeks and forehead when they rub against something. They leave behind a familiar scent marker, a signal that says, "This belongs in my world." It's one of the ways cats create a sense of safety and belonging. And when they choose to leave that scent on you, they're including you. In that safe world, you're no longer just a person living in the same house. You're part of their environment, part of their routine, part of their comfort, and perhaps one of the most overlooked signs of affection is trust itself, because trust is incredibly valuable to a cat. Cats are naturally cautious animals. They don't hand out trust easily. They observe, they evaluate, they take their time, which means every time your cat falls, asleep beside you, shows you their belly, slow blinks at you, or chooses your company over solitude, they're revealing something important. They're telling you they feel safe. And safety is one of the greatest gifts a cat can offer. Of course, not every cat expresses affection in the same way. Some cats are highly social, others are reserved. Some demand attention all day long. Others prefer brief moments of connection, just like people. They have different personalities. That's why comparing one cat to another rarely works. The real question isn't, does my cat act like someone else's cat? The real question is, how does my cat choose to show affection? Because once you start looking for your cat's unique language, you begin noticing things that were always there. The way they follow you down a hallway, the way they wait outside a closed door, the way they sleep on your clothes, the way they choose your favorite chair, the way they quietly sit nearby while you're working. None of those behaviors look dramatic. And that's exactly the point. Cats don't usually express love through grand gestures. They express it through consistency, through trust, through comfort, through choosing you again and again in small ways every single day. And maybe that's why so many people underestimate feline affection, because they're waiting for something bigger, something louder, something impossible to miss. Meanwhile, their cat has been showing love all along, just in a language they never learned to recognize. So, does your cat actually love you? Science can't fully answer that question. No one can step inside a cat's mind and experience exactly what they feel. But what we do know is this: cats form meaningful attachments. They recognize important individuals. They build trust, they seek comfort from familiar people, and they create bonds that can last for years. Whatever word you choose to use for that, it's certainly much more than simple convenience. So the next time your cat slow blinks at you, chooses to sit beside you, or quietly greets you when you come home, take a moment to appreciate it, because those small behaviors, may be saying something far more meaningful than they appear. Maybe not in human language, maybe not in words, but in the language of cats. And sometimes that's enough.